All right, y'all. So we're back at camp. Figured I'd share one of the little repairs we're going to do. We built this pavilion 12, 15 years ago, at least. Maybe a little longer. Anyhow, we built these benches. My parents' little cabin right down from here, a couple acres down, had a bench like this on the front porch when we were kids, and we absolutely loved it. So we incorporated a couple of them here on our little outdoor kitchen cleaning pavilion, whatever you want to call it. We got our single trees and stuff rigged up for cleaning our deer and hogs. But anyhow, you can see this back. That cushion's a little too big, but that back goes either direction. So if you want to sit on the inside, you can, or if you want to sit on the outside, the back just pushes through. You can sit on this side, watch the fire, or you can sit looking the other way. What do you think, B? All right, y'all. So I'll give y'all a few measurements just in case anybody's interested in building one of these. We've got two 6x6s. Let's see if I can get y'all clamped on something here. So between each 6x6, 67.5 inches long from ground up to our notch is 16 inches. That's to the bottom. See it on this side, maybe. To the bottom of the notch. And then we've got that notched out for a 2x4. And the frames on these are 21 inches long. Twenty-one inches long. And then you just mark the center and you get that centered up in your notch. One on each side. And then you'll end up with 5 pieces, 21 inches long. And I'll have to figure out what this angle is, because I think when we first built this thing, we just kind of cut a few until we figured out what angle would work for our backs when it leaned back. But I'll try to figure out what that angle is, and you'll have 4 of these. And one will go here, one here, the same on the other side, which you'll see once I get it framed out. And we've got these 5/8 by 8 lag bolts. These are the pieces that your back sits in. Your lag bolt will run through there, so this will turn on it for your back. In the center of that hole will be eight and 3/4 inches from the bottom of your notch to the center of your lag bolt. This backrest length is 34 inches long. The depth of your notch from the top down. See where that's going to sit. It's 10 inches. Of course, you see that. That's where the bottom of the board was sitting, right at 10 inches deep. But we just let our circular saw run, past it so we can get the full depth. And then we take a chisel and clean that out. So that's that. On the other end, the center of this hole that you drill in there is 1.5 inches up. It's 1.5 inches up from the bottom to the center of your hole that you'll drill, and that'll be, just big enough that shoulder will go into, so it's not real sloppy. It can be snug because the more you move it, it'll smooth itself out where it moves pretty nicely. So anyhow, I've got these old parts that luckily I can use to just cut all new pieces. And that back right there, that one's pretty still good shape. This one is not bad. Yeah, I think we're good. That'll save a bunch of time notching for sure. All right, so I'm gonna get this framed in, then I'll bring y'all back, because I'm gonna turn some music on and get busy for a little while. We'll see y'all back shortly. All right, y'all. So I got this piece. It's 21 inches long. I measured the center of it, which is 10 1/2. And then the post is 5 1/4. That's 2 5/8 to the center, and I marked it. And I lined that up, and then I double checked it, put a tape here to the end, and a tape out here to the end to get it centered. And I'll do the same on this side here in just a second. And then we can start running the 2x6 frame around the outside of that. So, be back shortly. Starting to get dark. We might turn some light on here soon. All right, y'all. So I got 4 of these cut. They go in the corners. Just like that. And I got my drill set up right there, so I'll pre-drill these holes so I don't split this. I'll put probably 2 in this one, and then I'll put 2 in from the back. And they'll go in all 4 corners. That's what the backrest will rest against. Just like that. And that's, what I can tell, about a 13 degree angle on that. And I didn't measure the top of that. Find my tape. I mean, 3 3/8, I guess, if you want to be technical. 3 3/8, and then a 13 degree angle cut on that. I used one of the old ones to get a pattern off of, and we must have used some. We must have used some 2x6 pieces we had left over or something, because it was definitely bigger than the 2x4, but it doesn't matter. That's the main thing you have to worry about, is the top is 3 3/8. Doesn't matter what the bottom is. Like I said, 3 3/8 at the top. Make a mark. Put a 13 or 14 inch or 14 degree angle on it. Just don't forget to pre-drill those holes or you will split that. They go in the corners. Just flush at the top all the way around all 4 corners. All right, I'm gonna get that done because that's the next step. I'll bring y'all back when I get a little further along. Somebody's ready to be back at home on her comfy couch. She says she ain't with laying in all the dirt, Daddy. All right. All right, y'all. So we got the framework done. I use 2x6s on this outside and the back. I think just for a little added support, being as that's a, that's a 70 and a half inches across there. So I didn't want to use a 2x4 and end up getting sag in it. So that's it. I end up reusing my ends right here. They were in pretty good shape. I think they'll last me another while anyway. So you can see the idea. If you want to sit on the inside, you can. And it's a little snug. Or you can flip the backrest back. You can sit on the outside. So as far as your back goes, I think I could give you the measurements on the little backrest post here. So that's a 2x10 backrest right there, and you can get that measurement. Like I said, this is so 2x4 is 1.5 inches. So that's a 1/2 inch. That's a 1/2 inch deep notch. And what did I say it was? To the bottom down there, I think it was about 10.5 inches deep. But of course it was set. It sets down from the top. You could probably set it flush. Wouldn't hurt a thing. You get, the higher up you go, the more twist you might get in it. But once you get these side posts in, you can set these straight up and down, and then you can get your measurement on this piece here. About 65 3/8 maybe. You don't want it to be, whatever the measurement is on your notch here from side to side, you can probably take an 1/8 off of that and cut your backrest that depth. That way it's not pushing super tight against your post, because it will, as you use it, it'll wear. But other than that, I got the 2x12 seats we're fixing to put back on the top, and that bench will be back in service. All right, bring y'all back when we get these seats put on. All right, and that's it, y'all. I've got another cushion like that one on that bench right there that goes on there. It's just right. We can't be. You don't like the view here? You just come over here. Oh, it's perfect. So you put that seat cushion on here, and it's fabulous. All right. So that's another project here at the camp done. That one there is still in pretty good shape. Probably get another year or so out of it, but it's starting to show signs of distress down in some of them little pieces. But structurally, it's still in good shape. I don't know why that one went so much faster. Unless we just ran out of pressure treated material. I don't know. Ain't no telling with us back then. We'd come up with a brainstorm and whatever we had, we'd used. But I'm fixing to get me some chicken soup that I brought with me. Put it on the old Coleman over here and heat it up. We're going to eat dinner and call it a night. So we'll bring y'all back tomorrow. We get into something exciting. May go try to sit in a tree tomorrow afternoon. I'm hoping. We'll see. All right. Good night, everybody.